Folks, this video is carrying on from my standard form one that I just posted. So you need to look at the standard form one because it's more in depth and it will teach you the rules of using standard form. So this video is doing the reverse of that, and we're converting small numbers to standard form. So I'm going to start from the beginning, very small, and then we'll work up to the bigger numbers. So remember, the rule is the decimal place has to be between 1 and 9. Well, 1 and 10, but not 10 itself. So let's stick with 1 and 9. So for this example, 0.4 equals 4 times 10 to the power of minus 1. Now, if you remember in the previous video, we were going that way to move the decimal point. And it was a plus, it was a normal number at the top. But this time we're going that way. That's what makes it the negative. So I moved the decimal place once there because it's got to be between 4 and another number. But because it's on its own, we've moved it once. So it's 4 times 10 to the negative 1 because we've moved it once. So let's try this one. It can't stay there. It can't stay between 0 and 2. So it's just got to be 2 on its own. So there we have it. 1 to 9, we've got 2, which is fine. So it's going to be 2 times 10 to the power of negative 2 because we moved it once, twice. Same again. We've got 5. 5 falls between 1 and 9. So we need to go 1, 2. Because you can't put the decimal there. Because that's not the rule. The rule says between 1 and 9. And that's a 0. So we can't sit there. So we go 5, which we know it's going to be, times 10 to the power of negative 2 again. Okay, same scenario here, but we've got 23, which is perfect because we can move the decimal place once. To there, because 2 and 3 matches our criteria between 1 and 9. So we know we're going to be putting 1.3. And we know we're going to have a 10 because that's standard form. And we only move the decimal place once. And it's negative 1. Same again. We know it's going to be to this between 7 and 2. Meets our requirements. We know it's going to be a 10. So sort our decimal out. It's going to be, we moved it once. Negative 1 again. Same again. We just got extra numbers there. That's not a problem. We know 3 and 2. We know the decimal place has got to go between them. So now let's just work out our decimal. So it's coming from here. So it's 1, 2. So it's going to be negative 2. Are you with me? If you're not with me, it's because you haven't watched my other video on standard form. Because without that, this just looks like a bunch of numbers. So you must watch it. So this is a bigger number, isn't it? So same principle, 8 and 1. We know the decimal place is going to get there between, because that meets our requirements, times 10 to the power of 1, 2, 3. It moved 4 places to get to that point. So it's negative 4. So this one, we know it's going to be between 1 and 9. So we can safely write that down. And we know it's going to be 10. So we know all that. So let's move the decimal. So it's 3 times to get to there. Negative 3. Next one, we know it's going to be 7.1 times 10 to the power of what? We moved it 1, 2, 3 times to get there. So it's negative 3. Next one. So we know it's going to be 6 on its own because that falls between 1 and 9 times 10 to the power of, we've moved it 1, 2, 3, 4 times. That's going to be negative 4. Next, bigger number, but it doesn't matter. It's got to be between 1 and 9. So we know it's going to go there. not going to get there, is it? It's going to get there because it's 589. You can't just discount this 5. So it's going to be 5.89 that we know. And we know it's going to be 10. But let's work out the power, what it's going to be. So we're going to be going 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's going to be -4. And finally, same again. We've got 7601. We're going to put it there. Perfect. So that's 7.601 times 10 to the power of how many times did we move it? 1, 2, 3. I hope you're understanding this. If you have watched my other standard form video or you understand standard form and you've just come to this video, you should be understanding this. Okay, you should be understanding this. So the next one, just a little bit more to it. We have 589, which is there, which I didn't realise. And we know that the decimal goes there. 5.89 times 10 to the power of -4 because we've moved it 4 places. So I've repeated this one again. I do apologise, but let's do it again. You should know it. You shouldn't need me to do it. So we've moved it to here. So it's going to be 7.601 times 10 to the power of 1, 2, 3. So it's going to be -3, this one. So next one, we know it's going to be between 1 and 9, which that is 9.5. So it's going to be 9.5 times 10 to the power of what we got? 1, 2, 3, 4. This time it's to the power of -5. Next one. So what we got here, 2,672. So it falls there between 2 and 6. So it's going to be 2.672 times 10 to the power of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's -5. Next one. There you go, decimals there. So we've got 3.615 times 10 to the power of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it's -6. And then finally, 1,184. So we've got 1.184 times 10 to the power of, how many times is it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. To the power of -6. So as you can see, once you know the basics, all you're doing is adding an extra number where the decimal place has gone. It's really not difficult once you know the rules. Let's do one more. This is just, let's call it an extension, because I know teachers like to call them extensions, don't they? So let's go with this one. 0.0 naught, 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 1, 8, 8, 2, 5. There you go. Another long, messy number. But nothing changes. So where it begins, between 1 and 8, that's where your decimal point's going to go. So in the end, it's still going to be the number, however long it is. Well, this is quite a long number. Times 10 to the power of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. Now, as I say, this calculator is my godsend. It's a Casio scientific calculator. It does standard form. It also reverses it for you to check you've got the right answer. I don't think you can use them in the exam, but they're really good for checking your answers while you're learning about it so you feel confident. So, yeah, good luck, guys, and I hope you understood it. Bye bye.